Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Howdy, folks. I'm Bob Schupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Ta-da!
Let's carry on.
Yeah. Let's first talk about our giveaway. We're going to give away a SleepOvation mattress. This is a sample of one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 700 tiny mattresses with the air channels. Very comfortable mattress.
Yeah.
Will conform it to any body and will make you most comfortable and you'll sleep well.
Actually, absolutely. And the video is on spondylolisthesis, if you can pronounce it, or if you have it. And I am a big believer with my spondylolisthesis, been diagnosed for 10 years. This mattress made me sleep better. I'm a happier person, and that's just the way it is.
Wish you were better looking.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's other mattresses, but I know this one has helped me gratefully. So let's carry on, Bob.
All right.
Spondylolisthesis. Bob, pronounce it your way. I kind of like it.
Spondylolisthesis.
There you go. He's got a nice twist to it. But I don't know. Who knows who's right, but whatever.
Right.
It's a big word. It means you have typically low back. You have a shift in the vertebra, usually in the lumbar, L4, L5, L5S1.
Yeah, one vertebrae gets forward of the other one.
Yeah. We've got videos, and actually I show my x-rays. We show a number of things. If you go to the Bob and Brad YouTube and go to the playlist and all of our videos on Spondy, we got about 10 of them. And just go through those if you have Spondy and you really want to learn a lot about it and how to fix it. So a little brief here. Spondylolisthesis, if you're younger, high school age, college age, oftentimes when you're an athlete, that's people like gymnasts.
Right.
They'll land hyperextended,
right.
And then you get that part of the vertebra will get a fracture on one side, the part interarticularis. Then the other one fractures and the bone starts slipping, and then you get pinched nerves. You get back pain associated with bending backwards, walking, standing for a long time, very typical.
And the pain can transfer into the leg.
Yep, you can get some
when it's getting worse.
Sciatica.
Right.
With mine, I normally
would tingling.
Oh yeah. I'd get down my leg all the way to my foot would get numb after I walked about 3/4 of a mile.
Was it one side or two sides?
Just one.
Okay.
Always on the right leg. Very consistent. That don't get. Actually, I get it occasionally if I don't behave, but for 99% of the time, I'm clear now. The good news, if you're younger and you approach therapy and do the right things, do the right exercises, avoid doing the wrong things. There was a study done with gymnasts and some other athletes at that level, and in 4 to 6 weeks, doing the right thing consistently, they were able to get back to their sport,
which is amazing.
It is.
I mean,
I was in my 40s
right
when I found out, and through my 50s, it took me a while to figure out what I needed to do. But there's definitely options to get better.
And let's just say that Brad is still running, swimming, walking, and
bicycling,
and got pain under control.
Yeah, it's
not gone.
No, and I have to be careful of some of the things I do. For example, this is what you have to do. You have to avoid any activities or exercises that make your back pain worse, or particularly leg pain. So with me at one time, I couldn't walk more than 3/4 of a mile, so I wouldn't. I'd only walk up to a half a mile, and that was it.
And you couldn't run at that time.
Yeah, I could, just because I had to do some things, but I shouldn't have been. Yeah, but I really minimized it. Overhead activities, if you're washing windows, anything like that where it keeps you up and extended more than just for a little bit, typically will irritate it. Avoid those things. And
even lying on your stomach for any prolonged period of time.
Right, exactly. You're not going to do prone press-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I used to have, we talk about doing these for sciatica, and I would do these and it hurt my back and things would get worse. And then, I thought, this is not normal sciatica. It ended up being from spondy. So listen to your body. Only do things that make it feel better. Now, I'm going to show you some exercises for core strengthening is really critical, particularly anterior, the muscles here, because they'll tighten up and support the shift and limit the amount of shift that you get. And once that shift stabilizes and the bones
bristle.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
tighten up,
exactly. In my case, I have no more disc between L4 and L5. It is gone.
Right, it's fused.
Yep, it has
Nature's natural
body
fusion.
absorbed it,
Right.
and it's now fused and it's much more stable. Let's go to the exercises.
Now, Brad really attributes his current well-being to these exercises, right?
Yeah, once I
mean,
start doing these consistently,
Right.
things consistently got better, and it's like, oh, because I was considering to go and have surgery.
3 times a week?
I do these 3 times a week, but I did them a little more before. But
Sure.
the first
Originally,
one,
you started off with more? Originally?
yeah,
Yeah.
and 3 times a week is pretty good now.
Yeah.
So let's see.
You got hook line.
Yep. So
You wanna
line
do
out.
it on here? You want me-
Yeah,
I can
you
that.
do it. So if you don't have a ball I found works much better. Go ahead, Bob. You're just double knees at chest.
Oh, I'll catch it.
Yep. And you don't have to do the stretch. You can just do the knees to chest. We're trying to strengthen the core. You're going to have to think about flattening your back a little bit. If you use the ball, you don't have to think about
You
all
can
this
even
stuff.
put your hand under here
Yep.
and feel the back pushing against the hand.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. And you may need some more resistance, and that's why the ball works good.
Right. What he does next, he puts the ball between his legs and lifts
Yeah.
it up.
I'll show you right now. So you get a ball. It works better if you have shoes on because I get around here and then the shoe digs into the ball and then I'll work like this. And actually right now, as soon as I do one of these, my back automatically, it didn't hurt before, but now it feels like
It feels
good.
better.
Feels really good to do this.
That's when you know you're doing the right exercise.
Yep.
When it actually feels better. And you do the double crunch also, correct, Brad?
Yep. So I'll do this. I'll do this, which is a little harder. But you start out with 5 or 10 of them. Do those every day or every other day.
No, he's not lifting the back up off the ground.
Yeah, just the
Yeah,
shoulder
just
blades.
the shoulder
Yep.
blades.
And then
Yeah.
now this is going to vary from person to person, but I take this elbow and I go to this knee, and that may not feel good. If it doesn't, don't do it.
Don't do it right.
For me,
And
it feels really good.
Even if it's worse the next day, I wouldn't do this one.
Right. So if you just start this program, be careful.
Yeah.
Take it day at a time.
Use your judgment.
Okay. Very good. Now there is another one that I really like to do.
The pointer dog,
Yep.
I'll do it without the ball first.
Yeah.
And you start with just legs, right, Brad?
Yeah. But before we do that, Bob, let's talk a little bit about you have to contract the abdominal muscles. Try to get a neutral back. So up is rounded. Now arch all the way down as far as you can. Now go halfway in between. That's neutral. Tighten it up. Lock up that core.
And then start working
Yeah.
on the leg.
So you can go left leg or you can go
Or you can
alternate left and
alternate,
right.
right.
Yep. Now,
I
if-
like a 10-second hold.
Yep, that can work too. It's going to depend. If your back is not stable enough yet, this very likely will be uncomfortable.
And then the advanced version is
Yep.
to alternate. You actually
Yep.
lift
Yes.
one leg.
Right. Again, this is more advanced. By this time, your back is not hurting so much. This doesn't hurt, but it gets you tired. I'm going to back up a little bit. If any of these hurt, you need to get the ball. The ball works
Right.
best. You could use an ottoman or something like this where you go across like this to support your mid back. The
Ball
ball,
works really well.
if you got spondy, you're going to use the
The
ball.
balls aren't that expensive.
No, they aren't, and you'll use it plenty. So you just do the same thing here, and you don't get quite the same motion, but this is one of them I still do to this day. I lift this one up, I do alternate like that, and then I hands here, and I'm not trying to get a really strong back, but I am trying to strengthen slightly, but mostly healthy range of motion.
Yeah, and it's funny, Brad. You're really not extending that much.
No.
You're kind of going up to neutral when you do those.
Right, and that's the goal. I go as far as I can comfortably without discomfort.
Right.
And then I'll also do a little rotation, not a lot, because I want to maintain rotation. I want to be able to look behind me when I'm backing up my vehicle, even though you got videos.
Cameras now.
Yeah. So I'll do that. I'll do just 10 of those, 3 sets of 10 of those. I don't do a lot of them. Works
Sure.
good though. They feel good. All right, Bob, shall we continue on to
Let's go
some
on.
standing exercises?
Sure.
Number 1. This goes everyone across the board is just walking.
I really like these. Also, the other ones that you're
Oh
about to
yeah.
show.
So we're not going
You're
to
talking about walking. I'm
walking
sorry.
on the flat
You
and
jumped ahead.
as tolerated. Don't walk 2 miles if it starts hurting at 1 mile. Stop at 1, or maybe you're going to start out at a quarter mile.
You might take a break. You might walk in chunks.
Yeah.
So if you're in a park, you might walk a quarter mile,
Yeah.
take a rest, a sitting rest,
Exactly.
and then go back to it.
Because if you got spondy, typically when you sit and if it hurts when you're standing and you're walking, when you sit, the pain drops down considerably. That's my experience in my patients. So it'll probably be yours. Oh, sure. Should we get on with the next one?
Yes.
Bands.
These are great.
Yeah.
I think they really serve a good functional purpose.
Yeah, you really, bands don't cost that much. Get a hold of them. You need to have some place to attach the band, either to a piece of furniture, a handrail on the stairway. We use a wall anchor because they really work well. And
well, they all come with a door attachment too. They can attach into
oh
the
yeah,
door.
yeah. So this goes into the door. You got to lock it into the door. They show you how, and they work reasonably well too. It's nice to have them available. And so this is one of my favorites: is stir the pot, tighten the core, get things where it's comfortable this way, and tighten, and then get resistance on the bands, and then simply go like this.
A lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, especially after about 20 seconds.
It looks like it's nothing, but you're working the entire time.
And you have to do both directions.
The thing is, you're teaching your body to tighten up when you're doing something. So let's say you're out shoveling snow or you're lifting a little grandchild, you'll learn to tighten up those areas.
While you're moving.
Yes.
I like to do diagonals. I'll do this and I'll go down, tighten, and I'll go down, and working good core. So I'm not doing a lot of twisting. I twist my body and my hips, and I take this hand and I push into the side of my stomach because those are the hardest muscles to activate. But if you feel them, you can train your body to work those core muscles. It's a little thing that therapists work on a lot with back pain.
It's almost like you're pulling the cord to a lawnmower.
Exactly.
And that's a really important time for you to tighten up and keep your back
stable.
stable.
Over here, Tanner. So I'm going down to a lower area. If you have a door anchor, you slide it down on the door. Wall anchors, you just put it down to the lower one. They come in sets of 3 or 4. And then I get in here and I'll do some pulling up, twisting. And it's good for your arms too. It's a good balancing. It's good for that core.
Good for giving somebody an upper hook.
Yeah. If you're in boxing or karate, that would be a win-win situation.
Right, there you go.
All right, so again, if you want to learn more detail about spondy, go to our playlist on our YouTube channel, and we've got a complete list with, again, x-rays, more demonstrations on.
We've got lots of videos on.
Oh yeah, it's fun, Bob.
Yeah.
It's fun to.
It's good when you had it.
Yeah.
Because we become experts at it then.
Yeah, you're really more motivated.
Yeah.
And I'm just reading this book, Bob. I know we're babbling here. Oh, it's 13 minutes. I'll talk about it another time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Adios.